Hi there, my name is Melissa and welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. Today we are making these beef Wellingtons that are so impressive. They are great for serving at a holiday meal, but they're easy enough that you can do them on a weekday as well. I know you're thinking beef Wellington, it sounds a little bit challenging, but we're going to break the steps down for you and show you just how easy it can be. Doing the beef Wellingtons with individual pieces of filet mignon will help it cook a lot faster than if we were using a roast. We are using 4 small pieces. I think altogether we have about 1.5 pounds. We're going to season them with just a little bit of salt and pepper on each side. And then it's into a hot pan to sear the meat on each side. We aren't cooking the meat all the way through. We just want a good sear to lock in the juices on the meat. Then we're going to brush a little bit of Dijon mustard onto each side of our cooked fillets. When we are done brushing them with the mustard, we're going to cover them and put them in the refrigerator while we get started on the next part of our beef Wellington. Classic beef Wellington was traditionally made with a layer of pâté. Now mushrooms are typically used in place of pâté. So we're going to start by cleaning our mushrooms. We're making an onion mushroom mixture that mimics the pâté. We're going to take our onions and our mushrooms and we're going to grind them up in the food processor until they're just broken up into really small pieces. We don't want to liquefy them. Perfect. Then we're going to cook our mixture in the same pan that we seared our beef in. And those bits of beef and oil that are left in the pan are going to add a great flavor to this onion and mushroom mixture. We're going to season the mixture with salt and pepper and let it cook for about 20 minutes until most of the moisture is removed. One of the things that makes beef Wellington so delicious is that it is wrapped in puff pastry. And while I do know some people who make their own puff pastry from scratch, we are just using a store-bought version. We're going to let it thaw out and then we're going to roll it just a little bit. After the pastry has been rolled out, we're going to cut it into individual portions so that each piece of our beef can be wrapped in the pastry. Then comes the fun part. We're going to take that mushroom mixture, see how it's been all cooked down and it's become this nice brown color. We're going to spread it all over our puff pastry. Then we're going to take one piece of our filet and we're going to set it in the middle and then wrap it inside. And if you have a few picky eaters who don't like mushrooms, you can leave the mushrooms off and just wrap the beef in the pastry, and it'll turn out just as delicious. Then we are going to take a little bit of beaten egg and we are going to brush it over our pastry. We don't need to use too much of the beaten egg, but we do want to get the top and the sides of the puff pastry. Then we're going to take our wrapped beef and we are going to set it on a baking pan that's been lined with parchment paper. Then it's time to make our beef Wellington pretty. Some people like to use cookie cutters or create pretty designs and shapes in the pastry. We're just going to cut a few lines in the pastry and make it really nice and pretty. Then we are going to bake our beef Wellingtons in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. When it comes out, the pastry should be golden brown and flaky. The meat on the interior will still be slightly pink and it'll be nice and tender. We're going to make a mushroom sauce to go with our beef Wellington. The mushroom sauce is optional, but it is so easy to make. We're going to melt a little bit of butter in a pan, add some diced shallots, and cook them a bit. Then we're going to add a little bit of red wine. About a minute or two later, we're going to add a little bit of flour and we are going to whisk it in. Then we are very slowly going to add about 1.5 cups of beef broth. We're going to add a little bit, we're going to stir it in, and then add it in increments until all of our beef broth is stirred into our mixture. After all of the beef broth has been mixed into the mixture, we're going to add some sliced mushrooms and let everything cook for about 5 minutes. Then it's done. Everything is ready and it's time to eat. We're serving our beef Wellington sliced with some roasted broccoli, some French fries, and our mushroom sauce drizzled right on top. Wasn't that simple? You'll find more recipes, articles, and video online at penalcentral.com.